All right, you have familiarized yourself in detail with the product and are now ready to get started with your Experience review. So, what is an Experience review in its bare bones? An Experience review is a 30-second, maximum 40-second, minimum 25-second video. It is vertically shot. Vertically shot means this side of your phone. So it's a 9:16 video. Make sure that you film vertically natively. If you film horizontally and try to cut it, it's not going to work. So you will have to make sure that you shoot everything vertically. We are also talking about voiceover videos. What are voiceover videos? Voiceover videos are the opposite of direct to camera videos. What you're seeing me doing right now is a direct to camera video. I speak to you directly to the camera. A voiceover video is different. You don't see anyone ever speaking directly to the camera, but you have a voiceover, almost like a narrator's voice, that leads you through the scenes afterwards. That doesn't mean that you cannot interact at all with your audience. You can wave into the audience without saying something. You can show them something, but you cannot directly speak into the camera. Very important about all video nowadays is fast changing B-roll. First of all, you might not have heard the term B-roll before. So what is B-roll? B-roll is basically all the video you take in order to then get to your 30-second video. Because we're cutting that video so quickly, again, 1 to 2 seconds per sequence, per video sequence, you will need to take a lot of video in order to, in the end, get to your 30 seconds. A lot of video meaning different angles, different lights, outside, inside, different rooms. So you will take a lot of video. Generally, for a 30-second video, you might take 5 to 10 minutes of video shots, maybe even more, and then cut them together. Really importantly, you need to cut them really fast after one another. So we want to see every single sequence for maximum 1 to 2 seconds. Why? Because our attention span is limited. People get bored after 2 seconds. So we need you to show different angles, different verticals, different rooms all the time. And then lastly, we want you to limit the editing in your video, meaning you can cut all these together, but don't make any fancy transitions where something flies in, no overlays, no stickers, no subtitles, no music, no nothing. That should also make your life quite a bit easier. Now, what are the key elements of an Experience review? First of all, the B-roll. So generally, those are all the shots that you're taking. And secondly, the script. We, in general, suggest you to write the script before you even start filming. So you test the product, you familiarize yourself with the product, and then you write what you want to say. And once you've decided what you want to say, you then go out and shoot video that matches what you want to say. Meaning, if you want to explain in detail the features of a certain washing machine, make sure that you have video showing you all of these different features. And then lastly, once you've written the script and you have all of the video shots, you then put all these video shots together and put a voiceover over it. Some people like to do the voiceover before, some people like to do the voiceover afterwards, but generally those are the 3 elements of your Experience review: script, video shots, and then the voiceover that you put over it. That also, by the way, makes your life much easier. Because we are using a voiceover system instead of a direct to camera, you can shoot all of your scenes and then put the voiceover over it. If you're not happy, you just redo the voiceover. So you don't have to shoot new video every single time. You might not like your voiceover. And then how do you structure your script and your entire review? This is a critical piece of any Experience review, so I'm going to spend a bit of time on this slide. Every Experience review follows the exact same script. So don't get too creative here. There is a way how we want you to structure these 30 seconds. We start with a hook. If you haven't heard the term hook, the internet is full of material on hooks, and also we have a special training session on hooks. A hook is basically the first 5 seconds of your video. You might know from scrolling through TikTok or Instagram stories or whatever else that you basically watch a video for the first 1, 2, 3 seconds and then decide whether you want to watch the rest of it. So that is what the hook is for. The hook is to capture the audience's attention. So even with a review, we want to make sure that it's entertaining enough that people actually want to watch it. So the first couple of seconds are just about making sure that people want to watch your video. Again, I refer you to the special training section we have on hooks. You follow the hook with an introduction of yourself. Experience reviews are authentic, and they're authentic because you also say who you are. The quick introduction is, hey, I am Leah. I am an Experience tester, because that's what you're representing. Or you say, hi, I'm Leah, and I'm today testing for Experience XYZ. But we want to make sure that you say your name, your real name, potentially even introduce yourself as an expert on a certain field. I'm Leah, I'm a mom of 2, and I'm today reviewing this and this product. But make sure people get a sense of who you are. This scene is also important that you actually look into the camera and wave, or just make sure that you are visible. You then go into features of the product or service that you're reviewing. So what does that mean? Basically, we want to make sure that the end shopper understands the product they're about to buy. So we want you to highlight the key features about this product, specifically non-obvious information about the product. It might be clear that an air fryer has a certain space to put things in, but we want you to give the viewer a sense of how big is that? What functionality do you have? What can you actually do with that? So we want you to guide a shopper to the product and tell them everything about the product that there is to know. Very importantly here is also that you give enough visual backdrop to the features. Meaning if you test something that has anything to do with cooking, make sure that you test different recipes. If you're testing apparel, fashion, make sure you wear it in different lights, inside, outside. So it's really important that visually we understand this product in many different use scenarios. We then come to tips and things to know. This is an optional section, but it's basically the section that allows you to also put in things that you might not like about a product or that you might want other people to just be aware of. I'll give you an example. I might test headphones, and those headphones might have a battery lifetime of 4 hours. Now, I am, as a reviewer, not going to judge whether 4 hours is a long time or not a long time, because that's really up to the shopper. But I do want to make them aware of it. So I might say something like, one thing you didn't know is the battery lifetime of these headphones is 4 hours. So you should probably pack your charger when you go to the office. Or an air fryer might have space for 2 or 3 dishes, but not more than that. So you might say, hey, my tip is that you might want to use this air fryer in combination with cooking that you do on the stove or in the oven, because if you have larger groups of people to cook for, because there's only space for around 2 to 3 dishes. So you introduce whatever comes to mind that you want to make sure that the shopper understands before buying the product as a tip, as something they should know, as an advice, or just as a feature that you might want to speak about. And then you end your review with the result. Basically, typically in the hook, you introduce a problem. You introduce the problem that this product is going to solve. You might have too many dishes to wash by hand, or you might have no time for cooking besides your really exhausting job. Now, in the result section, you basically say how this product now makes your life better. Do you have more time for yourself? Do you have more time for your kids? Do you feel more relaxed? All of that would fall into result. Make sure that you do not recommend the product at this point, because that seems very advertising. So just close with a general statement. We have a ton of examples of Expedia reviews and Expedia review structures now on Expedia.com. So please review those as a guidance.